Stop! I will rip your soul out, Daddy. I'll rip your soul out, you pathetic fuck!
Welcome back to the Haddonfield Horrors Podcast, where we discuss all things horror, from one-off movies to franchises to TV shows and even expanded media. I'm Mark.
I'm Tawan.
And today we're reviewing Evil Dead, released in 2013, directed by Freddy Alvarez, screenplay by Freddy Alvarez, and Rodo Sayagas. Tawan, can you give the people the plot summary?
A group of friends take Mia to a remote cabin to help her detox from heroin. Inside, they recover the Necronomicon and accidentally unleash a demonic force. One by one, the friends are violently possessed, forcing Mia and her brother David to confront unimaginable horror. The night escalates into extreme bloodshed, ending in a brutal showdown that tests survival, sacrifice, and sheer will. But before we get into our movie, we only have one Haddonfield headline this week, and that is to congratulate Sinners for its record-breaking 16 nominations at the Oscars this year. The movie was nominated for Best Picture, Ryan Coogler Best Director, Michael B. Jordan Best Actor, Wunmi Mosaku for Best Supporting Actress, Delroy Lindo for Best Supporting Actor, Best Original Song, Best Score, Costuming, Casting, damn near everything. Original Screenplay. Sinners definitely they did their big one with it. Now the question is, what are we winning? What are they winning? Because I feel like every time the Oscars does something like this, you know, it's like, okay, the nominations are there, but where's the actual accolades of the winnings of the awards?
I'm gonna say this up front. Michael isn't. Wait, what is Michael? He's for Best Actor, right?
Yes.
He's not gonna be. They're gonna give that to Charlemagne. We all know that. Like we all know that. So we can just that one we need to just accept off the bat, and everyone needs to just accept that that's gonna happen. That man is gonna. Michael B. Jordan will not win the Oscar against Timothy. But whatever the fuck his name is, he ain't winning. That man gonna win for Marty Supreme. You've seen Marty Supreme, right?
Yeah, I saw it.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. Was it giving me Best Actor?
You know that doesn't matter.
But I mean, I could see for some people.
Yeah.
But if Timothy wins for this, then they need to go back and give Adam Sandler his Uncut Gem award, because them movies damn near the same thing.
It's damn near a prequel.
Like they are almost the same thing. It's just different topic. But the movie was good though. I'm not gonna act like that. It wasn't a good movie. But yeah, I'm glad that they got all the accolades. This record is gonna be held for a while for sure.
It was 17 nominations. So I have to say I wasn't expecting. I was expecting probably like 2 or 3 nominations, like music, like costume design, cinematography. I didn't think they were going to give them like a nomination in every big category. Damn near, I did not see that coming.
I personally expected that.
I mean, it's something that I wanted, but like we know the Academy, like we know how they get down. So like I was being cautiously optimistic, I should say. We know how they do.
I mean, they always nominate. It's just the
It's the
winning.
winning part. It's the winning part. Yes.
Yeah, so I mean, I expected the nominations. It's just the winning part that we got to see. Um, yeah.
I
Um,
don't believe they're playing in our faces. I don't think that's good. I think Coogler has a chance to win in winning director. Um Best song, I think they have a chance of getting that.
I don't know.
I who are they going against?
The K-pop Demon Hunters.
Okay, may they
Hey, that Golden song was everywhere. I can't even lie.
it was. Okay, so music, no. Cinematography, yes. Costume design, probably.
They might win costume design. Usually, that lady has won a couple Oscars now. Ruthie Carter for costume design. Um, and she did really good with everything in Sinners.
Director, I want to say he can get the director. I want to say that that's a possibility, but I'm not sure. But I really want him to get it though. I have no faith that Michael B. Jordan's going to get that accolade. Like I what I want him to, yes. Did he do the job that would require him to get it? 100%. Will they give
Yeah,
it to him? Hell
yeah.
no.
I feel like best director is either going to come down to Ryan Coogler or Paul Thomas Anderson for one battle after another.
Hmm.
Um, but I've also heard a lot of people mention that Hamnet movie by Chloe Zhao. I haven't personally seen that, but a lot of people mention that also as a
Mm.
um, strong contender for best director as well. And I still that movie I have to watch, and also one that was nominated, Sentimental Value. I need to watch that as well. Um, I've been hearing a lot of stuff for that, especially Elle Fanning. They say she's really good in there.
I love L.
Yeah, so interested to see how it's all gonna play out. Um, I mean, we said it like throughout most of our shows last year. Whenever we talked about a 2025 movie, there were a lot of good movies that released last year. Like a good amount of the awards are pretty stacked. So like, not saying I don't want Sinners to win, but it was just a very stacked year. To be quite honest, this ain't like a Green Book year where one shit coming
Facts.
out.
But then also like this any way you look at it, like for a horror movie and for a black centric horror movie, this is still like a historical like thing. So
Mhm.
either way, still very like impressed that this happened.
Yeah, no, I am too. So I'm definitely looking forward to it for sure. Um, oh yeah, if anybody in the acting wins, I hope that Delroy Lindo wins for supporting actor as Delta Slim. I want him to win really bad. I feel like the rest of them, like Michael B. Jordan, Wunmi Masaku, they could be in something else. But Delroy Lindo been acting since our parents' time. I think he deserve it. But yeah. Once again, though, shout out to Sinners.
I'm just gonna watch and see.
Well, we will be watching together, but today we watched Evil Dead 2013. Mark's first time seeing this movie. My probably 10th time seeing this movie. Mark, what did you think of this compared to what we got previously?
I want to preference this. Tuan knows this, and anyone who has listened to us for a while also knows this, that I hate remakes, like across genres, across the board, but especially for horror movies. There are only a couple horror movies that we reviewed, remakes, I've cast. After seeing that first Evil Dead, I could see the potential of what this could be, what the movie could be if it went full on gory horror. So I've been anticipating this movie since I watched that first one. But then I watched the second one, and I went from I need to see this first movie reimagined fully into horror, and after watching the second and third movie, it became, oh my god, I need to watch this movie because these other two movies suck ass. Like the second one was okay. It had the horror, it had the cheesy '80s horror vibe, but that third one completely lost me. And I just don't get why it has such a crazed fan base. I don't get it personally for me. And I needed this movie to give me something. And it gave me everything I needed. This movie was so good. I thought Tawan was just overhyping it. But no. Like, this movie deserves its flowers. Like, this is a good movie. Like, it's I remember I messaged Tawan on the phone. I told him, like, I like how they kept the premise somewhat the same. You know, you have the siblings, you have the main guy there with his girlfriend, you have them in this cabin. Like, the setup is similar, but the story is different, which I appreciate. It's not like a shot for shot, a story for story remake, which I hate, but this was different. It was different enough and similar enough where it was pretty much perfect.
Period. And I'm glad to be vindicated. Because I've been telling Mark about this movie for a minute now, and how I like the 2013 one way more than I like the original. And I'm glad now that he sees why, because this movie is great. Now, I can preface that I'm very certain that I saw this movie first before I saw the original. I think I saw this one, and then like back when it came out around that time, and I went because I don't know why I'm always obsessed with like looking shit up on Wikipedia. So I'm pretty sure I probably looked it up on Wikipedia or IMDb and was like, oh, it's a remake, and then went back and watched the original, and I was like, okay, I get it. I see how it is a remake in a sense, but it's not the exact same. But I just like the vibe of this one more, and I always felt like it was a more cohesive story as well. Like not story, but like the setup of it all, and it made like a lot of sense in this one. Like everything, like everything the way that it happened. Why they weren't leaving and all that stuff. Like it all makes story sense, and it's like it gives us a good reason as to why they're not leaving. They're trying to help out Mia could get over the addiction and all that stuff. So like the story sense is there so that it gives meaning as to why what characters are doing X, Y, and Z. So I like that. I like that part, but way more than the first one was like, oh, we're just gonna go in the cabin in the woods and blah 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 blah. So that I liked a lot. Also, our main or slash final girl in this, Jane Levy, who plays Mia, she was excellent. Like she wasn't they didn't like try to do an Ash type character. Like she was fighting demons. Like she was fighting literal like inside demons with like her drug addiction, but also like demons in regards to deadites as well. So like that having that allegory of like fighting that inner demon was really good for what they needed out of Mia, and I think Jane Levy did a great job with that. Um, so shouts out to her. She also did really good with Fede Alvarez and Don't Breathe as well. Those two worked together on that movie as well. And also the gore, like perfect. this is what I wanted. Like when I think of when I think of Evil Dead, like yes, the gore and all that stuff from like the first one, but personally, I'm thinking of this movie and like what was going on in here. Like it was crazy. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna kick it back to Mark because you need to get into some scenes.
Well, for me, I want to say a scene that stuck out for me, like almost right away, was like just us getting to know the characters and getting to see the setup, because I feel like that's what that's what separates this movie from the original. Like we actually get to know these characters and get to see them and like see their connection, and then learn when they're there because Mia is trying to kick her drug habit. It just, like you said, it gave more of a legitimate reason to why we're there. And I just kind of enjoyed it. And it also made me like, damn, this is actually a group of decent people, and I know majority of them are about to die. And so I was like, fuck. This first few minutes is gonna make me enjoy this first few minutes is gonna make me enjoy these characters, knowing that pretty much all of them, if not besides like one or two, are gonna all die. And I was like, fuck. I'm already gonna be upset. But then the scene that you told me about when we were watching the first movie, that now I finally get, is when they got to the bridge
This can't be happening.
and that bitch was underwater, flooded the fuck out. There was no way. Like, yeah, we saw the bridge in the second movie, but that, and like when you saw the bridge in the second movie, it didn't really count because we had already saw the other four people take an alternative route to get there. So you knew they could take an alternative route to get out. So seeing that whole fucking place was flooded, I was like, wow, that's insane. They're actually stuck there. But
Yep.
then the scene that took me out, and I was gonna put it on the kills, but I guess we can mash them together. When Olivia was cutting out her tongue,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
done, done. I was like, I'm done. I'm fucking done.
Mark, the fucking
And
sound design and like hearing her gnawing away her
oh my
fucking jaw,
god,
like
oh my, and
it sounded so nasty.
I was done with that. I did not. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And then the scene where the brother sacrificed himself to save his sister, and then she ended up surviving it all at the end. I was like, this is how you do a good twist on things. Like this is what I wanted. But I will, but also like it's given the care, like us getting to know the characters. It's obvious that he hadn't been around his sister or his friends in years,
Mm.
and now that she's in this position, he's like, I got to do something to like right this wrong, and he gave his life. Also, mother scene when old girl cut off her arm to
Oof.
stop the spread. I was rooting for her. But then she ended up turning into a deadite anyway, but she tried so hard. She tried so hard. And then there's the post credit scene that I did not need.
Groovy.
Not even a little bit. Didn't need it.
I
What
think
about
that was
you?
just I think that was just for the old heads.
Mm.
Because if I recall, I think people were like get really against the Evil Dead remake. I mean, obviously, like people are always gonna be against the remake, but they were really against the remake at the time. especially because it wasn't starring Ash in like any way. So I think that little post credit stinger was just there for them. But once the movie came out, people kind of shut the fuck up. Because I definitely remember seeing them forums back in the day, back then in 2013. I was in them forums lurking. um, but yeah, there were a lot of good scenes in here. One that you mentioned when when Natalie had to cut off cut off her arm.
Mm-hmm.
So that scene, yes, but the Mia out the corner of the basement, like, do it.
Don't do it, you little bitch. Don't cut it off. Fuck you.
Do it.
Right? Like, yo, shut up.
Like,
Oh my god.
Jade Levy as a deadite, she was perfect. Like, she looked terrifying, sticking her little eyes out that fucking door of the basement. That shit looked terrifying. Or the scene, like, once she got, like, attacked by the trees and stuff, and that homage to the first movie, when she was back in the house, like, the face of like pure terror that she had describing like what just happened to her and like why she needs to leave like right now. Like, I've never seen someone look so terrified in a movie before. Like, and it was granted. It was granted. It was like, yes, I get you, girl, but unfortunately, like,
You on that stuff, so we don't
yeah,
believe you.
it's like, yes, it's like, and that's the thing, is like, it gives such a good reason as to why, because like, of course, like a person who is an active addict, they're going to try to do anything to get out of it. So like, it's understandable that if someone is like an addict, they may have hallucinations and stuff like that. So you wouldn't even think, like, if they tell you, oh, like the demons are coming, no, we're gonna stay here. And it's like, I could see that. Like, I would see why you would do that. So it all made perfect sense. Like, just that little tidbit alone, like, helps out a lot in what's like in the whole muck of the story and like decisions that people are making. Another scene when Olivia, when she tries to go back into the room after like Mia's whole thing, how she like throws up on her to like look inside the book, and she just, and the entity just like freezes her in place, and like she can't do anything because like she's still like at that moment she's still like in her body, but she can't move, and the only thing she could just do is like pee on herself. I was like, that is crazy. Fucking Eric, that man was like Wile E. Coyote throughout the whole movie. He was getting fucked up the whole damn movie.
I kind of felt sorry for him.
Like, kinda, but then also it was his fault. Like,
Yeah.
you the teacher, and you not really leading right now. You're doing a terrible job, sir. But yeah, he was getting fucked up in like every scene. That damn nail gun, the syringe to the eyes, like he was just getting fucked up all around. That, and of course, like the iconic kill at the end when Mia fucking saws the entity in half with that fucking chainsaw, blood raining down. Like, so much fucking blood. The most I've seen in a movie, like, just everywhere. I know that set was nasty, but it paid off, and we love them for it.
Yes.
Overall, I have a good time with this movie. I love rewatching this one.
It's a good movie, and I'm glad I waited to get through all of it to get here because I appreciate it more. Like this, is how you this is how you do a remake. Like you give us enough of the original and you introduce good changes to it. Like it's what I guess it's what the Friday the 13th remake tried to do, and it's I guess it's the same thing that the New Year Nightmare on Elm Street remake tried to do, but well, Nightmare on Elm Street they literally just remade the movie, same characters, and tried to modernize it. It just didn't work. And Friday the 13th they kind of just rushed through the first three movies and like smashed them together. It didn't work. But this is like the perfect type of remake. You give us just a little bit, just a little. Let's move on to the characters. What were they given for us? Let's just knock this trio out of the way. Eric, Olivia, and Natalie. I honestly I knew all three of them were gonna be gone. I had no illusions that any of them were gonna survive. Eric I knew was gonna die because he was pretty much this what was his name? Scotty from the first movie. He was that
Mhm.
guy stand-in, you know, pretty much had the same goddamn outfit on. So I knew he had to go. I expected his death scene to be similar to that of Scotty's, and I was right. So I had no illusions. But honestly, his death was so much more impactful this time around because you could see that you could kind of see and understand why he was mad at David. Now his best friend just fucking disappeared,
Yeah.
and he spent the whole movie like being an asshole to him, and then he finally just like I missed you, and then he died, and I was like, oh shit, oh shit. Olivia, I was okay when she died because she was pissing me off. Like, we're not going to a hospital. We're not doing this. Like, girl, I get it, but shut up. We gotta go. And Natalie, when she cut her arm off, I thought she was going to be good. She'd be gotten some other kind of way, but then she still turned into a deadite. Like she really, really tried. Like Twan, she tried.
She
She
did try.
tried.
Well, I I definitely agree with what Mark said. If I was like in this like predicament of trying to help like a friend out, and especially with this specific situation, and trying to help them like get clean and do cut off cold turkey, I feel like if anybody should have been against this, it should have been Olivia as the nursing student, because like you can't really just cut somebody off like that, especially something as strong as like heroin. Like they need an actual like treatment facility, or they need like a 5150 type of deal.
They
Um,
need to be close to a hospital.
yeah, because anything honestly could have happened here, and I mean, well, something did happen, but like anything could have happened in this type of scenario. But it's like I get what they were trying to do, and while they came off it's like harsh. Like Eric and Olivia, they came off as like harsh a bit into the situation, but it's because they already tried to help her before and it didn't work out. So, like you try to do something multiple times and help someone out, you're eventually gonna start getting tired. But like good friends like these, like them, they were trying to still like stick with her because they want the best for her. So good friends, that's what I will say. Like people who aren't your friends wouldn't like try to do some shit like this for you. So that I give them kudos for because they like good. I would say that's kind of like good, like character writing because it gives us. I mean, if you're able to like pick up on subtleties, it gives you like more to the story without like telling you everything. Um, in that way. Um, Natalie, while she did try to fight off like the deadites and all that stuff, but she still became one. I feel like her character out of everyone was the most kind of underbaked a bit in regards to his actual like character. Like she felt like she was kind of just there at times until they needed another body count and they, like body on board, and they were like, "Oh, let's bring in Natalie." So that's kind of what that's like what I felt about her. But like her whole thing with the Deadeye part, like that still was really good. And her having to like cut off her arm and everything because she definitely did what I wouldn't have been able to do, Deadeye or not. I wouldn't have been able to do that. So shouts out to her. Also the scene where she like stood up and her arm, the rest of her arm just fell off. Crazy. Like
Sister girl was trying. She
she
was
stood
really
up,
trying to
the arm
survive.
was hanging, and then the rest of it just fell off. Like, ew. Oh, that was crazy. And wrapping back around to our boy Eric, as I said again, he was like the Wile E. Coyote of this movie. Road Runner was fucking him up at every turn. Um, but yeah, it's his fault. He caused all this. Like he opened the damn book and read from it. Like, bro, you are a teacher. What do you mean? If your student found this book, you tell them to read from it? Well, obviously yes, because he did, but still. But somebody had to do it. We needed the Deadites to come somehow, and the quote unquote smartest person in the room had to be the one to do it.
X. Well, let's move on over to David. What are your thoughts on David?
David was fine. Like he was fine as a as a character. I will say while he was kind of like second in command under like Mia in regards to like finality and almost being like a final guy. Um, he did need what needed to be done once it came to it. That I can give him. Um, but I don't know if it was like the actor or whatever. I just wasn't like feeling the character that much. Like I don't know if it was like the actor or not, but um, yeah, I just didn't really feel like his character that much. And I get he's supposed to like you said earlier, like he's supposed to bring that energy of like he hasn't been around in a while, and you can get that from the way the others interact with him. Um, but like, yeah, I think it might be the actor. I don't know if he was really selling it for me personally, but I didn't mind his character though, and he like the actual character of David was doing a lot to quell things over as best as he could given the situation, going as far as to bury Mia and bringing her back to life.
I mean, he was trying.
He was. And he succeeded. He did succeed.
And he sacrificed himself.
Yep.
That's a real brother.
So I'll give him that.
Bro, what are your thoughts on Mia?
Mia, when she was in her deadite form, as of right now, she was the creepiest deadite. Um, like in the franchise. So at this point in time, like she was just she like if I was actually like a person that would get like generally like scared at movies, I would think this was frightening the fuck out of me. But like her facial expressions and everything when she was a deadite, absolutely terrifying. The little bits of like comedic elements that were there to like break it up, like when like it's not funny, but like her in the background, as I said earlier, when she was like, "Do it, do it, do it," talking to Natalie, she was cutting off her arm. Like it's not it's not really like supposed to be funny, but it's unironically like just funny the way that she was like saying it. Um, But as I said earlier, Jane Levy, she did a really good job with the character. I felt like what she was what she was portraying and going through, in the story, like, was real. I feel like she did a really good job with that, throughout. Yeah, just great performance overall. Mia was really strong, character, and once we got to the end of it all, now. The one part that always gets me with her is when that car lands on her arm and she's like, okay, we're just gonna rip this off now. I'm like, huh? Like, and then this, like, as I said earlier, the sound design on a lot of shit in this movie, disgusting, but I loved it. I loved it. Like that, but that particular scene though, where she had to like rip her arm away, the rest of it from the car to free herself, nasty. Um, Also, when she got trapped in that little cubby hole and the entity was like stabbing through it, I always hate scenes like that because it's like that shit's about to happen, and that looked so painful for her character. But Mia was, she is a survivor for real. I give her all her kudos. She deserved it.
Yes, for me, she was the best Deadite so far. The best Deadite so far. She was creepy. She did what needed to be done. Her her recovery at the end was insane. I When she was walking out at the end and the sun was shining, I was anticipating some stupid ass like, wait, come back. I was waiting for the fucking like zooming through the forest to come and get her again. Like we gotta have one last homage to the original, and that was gonna piss me off after everything she had been through. So I was glad that she got her somewhat happy ending, even as happy as you can be when your brother and all your friends are dead, and they were only there because of you. So yeah. But what are your thoughts on overall the Deadites and the demon voice that we heard?
Yeah, the Deadites were, sorry, shut that cough. The Deadites were good in this movie. Like, they felt mean. They felt like really mean, but I like that. Um, they like the Deadites in this movie, as opposed to like the others. Like, they were trying to like get shit done by any means possible, and I mean they almost succeeded. But especially like the entity at the end, that was that thing was just nasty, and um even after like legs got cut off, like, was still coming after Mia crazy. um I think the Deadites served their purpose really well in this movie, to be quite honest. I'm excited for you to see them in the next one.
I'm excited too because this is what I wanted from a Deadites. Like we kind of got it in the first movie. It was there in the second movie, completely absent from that last one. So this movie redeemed the Deadites for me. Like I am now ready for this.
You better be.
And with that, Tuan, can you give us some behind the scenes info and facts?
The budget for Evil Dead 2013 came out to $17 million, and it brought in a box office of $97.5 million. That was really good. Um, Almost all the gore is practical effects. The filmmakers intentionally avoided CGI to honor the original trilogy's DIY spirit. They used so much fake blood that they ran out. The production used over 70,000 gallons of fake blood, which is still one of the largest amounts ever used in a horror film. During the Blood Rain finale, the crew literally ran out and had to manufacture more on the spot, adjusting the recipe so it wouldn't clog equipment or blind Jane Levy. The infamous final act of Blood Rain took weeks to shoot, and Jane Levy Mia had to wear contact lenses that made it hard to see while being drenched in sticky blood. Absolute champ behavior. an extended version featuring an alternative ending, a deleted mid-credit scene, and various other deleted scenes, clips, and dialogue, some of which were featured in the original trailer, but were subsequently removed from the theatrical version, was aired on the UK on Channel 4. The film currently sits at a 64% on Rotten Tomatoes. Bloody Disgusting reviewed the film at South by Southwest and went on to say Evil Dead is amazingly gory and fun and gave the film 4 out of 5 stars. The Hollywood Reporter also gave the film a positive review, calling it a remake that will win the hearts of many of the original's fans. The List commented, Evil Dead has ample cheap shocks and few blood-curdling frights, but it builds to something gorily bravura, and if that's your bag, you'll come away satisfied. It's a while before anyone picks up a chainsaw, but boy, is it worth it when they do.
Well, and with that, enough about them. What about us? Do we cash or pass Evil Dead? Go on.
Cash. I definitely cash Evil Dead. I really love this movie. I've come back, I've rewatched it a good amount of times. I think the setup in this one works really well for what happens throughout it. As I said earlier, Jane Levy was really good throughout the movie. I think she did a great job. She wasn't like a replacement for Ash. She is Mia. Like, she felt like her own character. They didn't feel like they were trying to make another Ash in that case, which I very much appreciated. Even though she hasn't, I really hope that she gets a chance to come back somehow, in the Evil Dead, like some sequel or something, because I really would love to see Jane Levy take the character on again. But if it doesn't happen, we still have this movie, and I think this movie is really good. Fede Alvarez did great. Yeah, he did a really good job with the same way he did with the recent Alien Romulus. So, if you want somebody to pick up your franchise, maybe let Fede take a little look, see what he could do on it.
Can he pick up Friday the 13th?
He was before I say he was supposed to that Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake that was in 2022. He was supposed to be the director, and they took him off.
Oh no, they fucked up with that. Why would they do that?
Yeah. I think the only thing they kept was some of the story that he was developing with it, but everything else was original, I think, after they took him off the production, which sucks because I feel like he could have did something with it better than what they had.
And for me, it's also going to be a cash. This was a movie that I've been anticipating. This is the kind of story I've been anticipating from this franchise, which is insane because all the hype that I ever get from Evil Dead is about that original trilogy with Ash and with Sam Raimi, which I get, but this movie is better than all of those. I'm sorry. Honestly, all we need is the first one and this one. The two in between are not needed. This is a good movie. It's scary. It's gory. It's disgusting. It has the jump scares. It has it has everything that you need for a good horror movie. And the deadites are actually terrifying. They were fighting back. This is what I wanted. This is all I wanted, and I got it. I had to sit through two movies I didn't want to get to one that I wanted. And I'm excited to see what comes next. If this is where the franchise goes forward, I'm excited for Evil Dead Rise and Evil Dead Bird. I'm excited. Does my dream and hopes come true? Well, I will find out next week when we review Evil Dead Rise. But until then, good night.
If you like this episode, please be sure to check out some from the Haddonfield Horror Cemetery, where we've covered big franchises such as Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Saw, or one-off reviews like The Blackening or Hereditary. You can follow Haddonfield Horrors on Instagram and TikTok, where the host posts updates and mini reviews. Full episodes are available on several podcasting platforms, including Spotify, as well as YouTube. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. The Haddonfield Horrors Podcast is produced by Mark Smart, Tawan Griffin, and Elian Cordova, themed by Lethal Injection, and edited by Mark Smart.
The Haddonfield Horror Podcast is a letter to media production.
Should we do an intro?